Hey guys, Marcy Lee here, and welcome back to another episode of Geometry Dash! Hi. Jeez, where to start? I got a job. My first corporate media job. I'm entering the 9-to-5 life, and to keep it a $1.50, I sincerely had no faith in myself whatsoever. But I got it. It's in Sydney, so I had to say goodbye to Adelaide. I had to say goodbye to my family, my friends. I had to say goodbye to my favorite butter chicken place in the entire world, Indian Temptations. I'm scared. I'm excited. I flew over, raw dogged my flight, moved into my little studio room, and thus, my life begins.
Hello. So, welcome to first impressions of my new room in Sydney. I'm pretty ecstatic, not gonna lie. This is so uncomfortable, but luckily I got like a double blanket so I can just burrito myself, and what's underneath will probably suffice in terms of comfort. I am incredibly easy to please in regards of like living situation. Only con of this place is shared bathroom. We have a shower and a bathtub with no bath mat, and then we have a toilet that's directly in front of the mirror, so I can make eye contact with myself while I do a poo. My microphone is in the luggage, so the quality is going to be inconsistent. Oh well, I swear I am more professional than this. Shin ramen and leftover KFC? Sorry, nobody told me that when I'm in Sydney I'd be eating like a fucking king.
God damn, Jimmy, this some serious gourmet shit.
So if my life begins now, what were the last 23 years? A prequel. I lived every day in fear of my future because I truly believed I had no future ahead of me. I was only ever capable of creating my art, and as adulthood crept up, the uncertainty of direction, the absence of a path, the question was never what am I doing with my life, the question was, can I do this with my life? Can this dumbass kid with the very limited ability that they have make a life for themselves? Evidence suggested no. But by securing a full-time job, I proved to the voices that my creativity goes beyond the service of myself. There is a place for me in the world where I can be rewarded for my capabilities, have value for my capabilities. I'm not scared anymore because I now know there are paths for me to walk where I can be both fulfilled and financially stable. My life is beginning now because for the first time ever, I see myself having a future. No more floating through life. No more justifying my existence. No more surviving. I can now live.
Would you stay for one more song? Oh, I wish the night were long.
Good area. So how's work?
Work's good, they like me, I like them.
Yeah, that was last week. So this week they still like you?
This week they still like me, yeah.
You are fat a bit. Fat.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah. Good. It's good. Yeah. Happier.
Mm-hmm.
Fat. You've been eating KFC?
Obviously, yeah.
Have you got a heater yet?
I don't need it. I don't need a heater.
What about a kettle?
Yeah, I got a kettle.
It's at this moment I realized I did not bring a single hoodie. Fuck.
Well, why couldn't you live while you were at uni? Because I fucking couldn't! Look, knock on wood. But those years will probably be the worst years of my life simply because of daddy issues. And when I say daddy issues, I don't mean bad, I mean the other father. Father time. For the last 4 years, I had 4 constant objectives to maintain simultaneously. Get the bread, get my degree, maintain my health, and do what makes me happy. Occasionally, I'd play on hard mode and love someone as well. I did not have the time to attend to all those objectives. I always had to sacrifice one thing and the consequences would follow. It was a miserable grind to do for my little mentally ill brain. Having my life orbit around a 9 to 5 means I now have a distribution of time for those aforementioned objectives that is consistent and disciplined. No more hospitality ass changing roster weekly 6 PM start to 2 AM finish bullshit. Lunch breaks, dinner, and bedtime is set in stone, and spare time is me time, baby. My therapist initially questioned me. What, you think once you get a 9 to 5 that'll automatically fix all your problems? You think you can go from a 4 AM to 12 PM sleep schedule to a regular adult circadian rhythm like... And I did! That's not to say I think a full-time contract works for everyone. I have my own problems, which means I have my own solutions. And I still got more issues that a job can't fix, which I'm currently now working on. So if I'm ever unemployed again, I'll probably relapse. But that's a video for another time. I hope you're doing well, future me. Speaking of future me, can you fucking not?
Huh? Oh, sorry.
Thank you. This is everything that I've ever wanted. I always had this voice that would say shit like, "You are wasting time!" Or, "You haven't done anything to deserve this!" Or, "Nah, to be honest, just those two." But I've left it behind me now. Literally. This new circumstance has encouraged me to take a more active approach towards my happiness. The emotional barrier that made me feel guilty for doing the things that I want to do is no longer there. I'll make videos or play games and it doesn't feel like I'm sacrificing my time. I'll go to a fancy restaurant and ask for a table for one without feeling like I can't afford or don't need luxury. Pro tip, a social life is not a prerequisite to go out and eat good food. Money is though. The main question I got was, how are you going to survive in Sydney? Second most unaffordable city with an entry-level job be damned. I'm not looking to make bank. I am looking to blossom professionally, creatively, independently, chemically, dramaturgically, and Sydney was quite possibly the best place for me to do it. I mean, I would have moved anywhere for a job. I nearly moved to Whoop Whoop. For any Americans watching, Whoop Whoop means butt fuck. Language. When I got the job, they said you can either move to Melbourne or Sydney. And while Melbourne has a better comedy scene, Sydney was the ideal place for me to start my career, but also live that life of urban independence. I feel lucky, but honestly, this is the payoff of past me's effort. The 40 hours a week of hospitality, the double degree at the face of ADHD, the general depression.
It's like a reward.
So now I am in my Sydney era. I just hope it isn't a Sydney error. I don't know how to go to the next segment. Fuck it, I'ma do a Jade Harley.
Hydration check. Okay, so what is this? Now that I have hope for the long-term stability of my life, I'm more inclined to actually invest in myself and flourish. I have so much learning and growing I need to do with my creativity, my career, and just me as a person. Welcome to struggling artist, video editor, Marcy Escapades. Sure, despite everything in my life constantly changing, the one thing I will always have with me, besides Tetris, is this. My little videos. And I know historically my productivity rate has been abysmal, but maybe that's something structured routine and a relatively healthier mental can fix. It only took 6 years since the incident, but we're finally back on track. And that's what we in the industry call Chekhov's gun. No one's gonna understand this reference, but I just had to make it. I'm sorry. So yeah, time to see whether I can turn my notes app into a reality. What do you reckon, Keanu? You think we could do this?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
On the next episode of struggling artist, video editor Marcy Escapades.
Boy, I have a doozy of a project. Since I was 16, I've loved Auntie Donna, and Broden Kelly was my favorite out of the three. And I just secured my first professional journalism interview with him.
No fucking way, dude.